The Untold Tale, the story behind Ride Like the Wind by Christopher Cross, coming up on Rock Music History Lesson. In the third week of February 1980, a new musical talent burst onto the scene, Christopher Cross. The singer-songwriter from San Antonio, Texas, unveiled his first single, Ride Like the Wind, a track that made its entry into Billboard's Hot 100 chart at a modest number 61. However, over the next few months, the song swiftly climbed the music rankings, eventually peaking at an impressive number 2 in the last week of April 1980. By the way, the number 1 song in America that week was Call Me by Blondie. This was a momentous moment marking the thrilling debut of Cross and his iconic track to the world. In an interview with Songfacts.com, Cross shared the intriguing story behind the creation of Ride Like the Wind. He revealed, quote, "Well, the interesting thing about that tune is that we had a band and we'd play every night. We were doing this Paul McCartney tune called 1985, and we'd get into this big jam in the middle of it. It's funny, I just saw McCartney, and I didn't tell him this, but in this big jam on 1985, in the middle of it, I did that ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, I did that part. So I thought that felt really cool. I thought it felt like it had something, some magic. So I built the song around that. That was the first part of the song, and then I built the rest around it." Unquote. What you probably didn't know, Christopher Cross was on acid when he wrote the lyrics. Okay. Cross says, quote, "We were living in Houston at the time and on the way down to Austin to record the songs. It was just a beautiful Texas day. I took acid, so I wrote the words on the way down from Houston to Austin on acid." Unquote. The outlaw theme in the song was inspired by Cross's passion for cowboy films and serials that he enjoyed watching as a child. He was an avid fan of westerns and drew creative influence from them. Cross says, quote, "I grew up with a lot of cowboy movies, serials and stuff like The Lone Ranger, and these cowboy serials where they were always chasing the bad guy. And I lived in San Antonio near Mexico, so there was always this anarchistic allure about if you could get to Mexico, you could escape the authority. Also, Mexico was a place where you could go down there and drink and do all this debauchery that as a kid you thought sounded really cool. So getting to the border in Mexico was a fascinating thing to me." Unquote. The harmonious collaboration on the track was a testament to the camaraderie and shared passion among the artists. The backing vocals were expertly performed by Michael McDonald, then a member of the Doobie Brothers. In an interview with Rick Beato, McDonald shared the story of how he was recording in a different studio in the same building when Christopher Cross was working on his album. McDonald's old friend Michael O'Mardian was producing Cross's record and asked McDonald to come by Studio B after he finished his session. O'Mardian told McDonald he was recording a new artist and needed him to lay down a couple of quick backing vocal lines, which would only take about an hour. When Michael met Christopher, he was captivated by his songs. McDonald said the whole thing took about 30 minutes. O'Mardian also revealed in an interview that Cross originally wanted to have a session musician play the guitar solo, but O'Mardian insisted that Cross play it himself. On the inner sleeve of his self-titled debut album, Cross dedicated the song to his friend, artist Lowell George of the band Little Feat, who passed away in 1979. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Like, comment. Thank you for watching Rock Music History Lesson. I'm K.W. Keene.